finding Taylor. Do whatever you have to do. Just don't go crazy or anything.
Oh. The return of the wayward magnate.
Wayward?
It's reckless of you to fly off at tax time.
And how typical of you to notice.
Sort of an impulse jaunt, or where did you go?
Didn't your informants tell you?
Ah, a clandestine trip. How intriguing.
I think you mean alarming. Don't get all upset. I was just sort of trying to relive my old PI days. Yeah, it's old habits die hard. It's no big deal.
Right this way, folks.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, yes.
Why Jamaica?
No clue there.
But we're sure it's Noah and Julia, right?
Interpol confirmed.
You tell me how the hell they got all the way to the Caribbean without leaving a paper trail.
Somebody helped, looks like. So, look, what do we do now?
Well, I don't see that we have but one choice.
It's only a matter of time now. Hour, minute, second. I'll find you. I'm gonna find you, Noah. Soon. Very soon.
I found the trail. Staked out the southeast fast. We're on our way.
Oh, I hate it without you. Don't you ever leave me again.
You're stuck with me the rest of your life.
No? No?
Guys, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is you guys are gonna have to work your butts off. The good news is I'm back!
Yeah! Mr. D! Mr. D! Mr. D! Mr. D! Mr. D!
Mr. D! You guys are great to be back. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Hey! Back where you belong!
Time.
No, it's a combo. We can have our very own VE Day.
Allied Victory, the sequel, historic reenactment, Times Square.
We could go dance in the street.
We'll toss confetti all over the
Grab
place.
cute women and just kiss them.
Oh, women.
All right, for educational purposes.
All right, you guys, look, I don't have a parade permit, so we can't do that. But, however, I will spring for pizza at McKay's. Listen to me, don't get ahead of yourself. That offer is not valid until after class. I have taken up too much of your valuable class time already. Mr. Samuels, I appreciate your patience. You've been wonderful. You may carry on.
I've carried on too much. If you don't believe me, ask your students. This is your class. I believe this belongs to you.
Tad, darling, could I have a word?
What, again?
Well, at least that's an acknowledgement.
Marion, trust me, whatever you want, I don't have time for.
Darling, you don't even know what it is.
I recognize that carnivorous glint in your eye.
Yes, darling, of course you do.
Excuse me.
No, Tad, I'm afraid I can't excuse you. Not until I get what I need.
Oh, I'm sure you've got the wrong guy.
Really? I have very fond memories of Satisfaction on demand.
Marion, please don't go there.
We've already been there, Tad.
I'm not that kid anymore.
Yes, so your press packets lead us to believe. You're just a home-loving, hearth-bound little celebrity, aren't you, darling? And answer me one question. Why are you after my daughter?
Define after your daughter.
You know, gossip travels at the speed of light, Tad. This whole place is just buzzing about your messy affair.
What affair would that be?
Your relentless pursuit of my daughter's job.
That. Well, what can I say? TV is a very tough field.
Liza's not as tough as she looks.
No, she's tougher.
What do you want from her, Tad? Unconditional surrender? You've already ravaged her heart, and now you want her job?
Marion, that heart thing happened a long time ago. And now we're both after the same spot. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. You're after her job. She's not after yours.
Oh, that's right. It's beneath her.
Some women like to be underneath a man.
Well, Liza's not one of them.
You should know.
Why didn't you go peddle a condo? You're out of your depth.
Maybe so, darling. But aren't you concerned about the little people, you know, the Grips, the Aids? They're all talking about this grudge match between you and my daughter.
It's not a grudge match. It's simply a contest of wills, of ambition. Something's got to give around here. There's entirely too much friction in this studio.
Oh, you mean sparks?
No, Marion, I mean your daughter and I don't work well together.
Well, why is that? Because you were lovers?
Frankly, yes.
Everything in production okay? Greenwood settled that labor dispute? And the annual report under control? There's a centipede in your salad. Haley?
Production's up 15%.
Honey, whatever's wrong, why don't you let me help?
What makes you think something's wrong?
Because you dropped out of sight, and not all of you came back. There's something amiss.
It's just spring fever.
You're stonewalling.
Well, I'm surprised you don't recognize the signs.
You're not drinking.
I'm in love.
Please, God, tell me it's not Jackson or Derek.
Well, what's wrong with Jackson or Derek?
They're too old and too dreary.
Well, you can relax. It's Mateo. You still approve of Mateo, don't you?
Well, the last I heard, you were barely speaking.
Well, now we're speaking.
Well, anything else? Look, you left your company totally adrift.
Oh, hardly a drink.
And your staff in the dark.
Oh, I was gone for a couple of days.
Cities have fallen in less time.
This is not Rome or Pompeii. This is my life.
Well, occasionally there are similarities.
Don't even go there.
You're not focused. You're not eating.
Well, I told you why.
The last time you left town with a man, you came back married.
Is that what this is about, a quickie wedding?
Yeah, well, it crossed my mind. Yes.
Well, I'm not married, and I'm not engaged. Are you happy now?
Reasonably. Are you?
Are you serious?
Do you see any other choice?
For argument's sake, you could file this case under ongoing / sort of and just wish Noah and Julia the best.
Derek, he murdered a man.
Are you 100% on that?
The jury was.
Well, that's not what I asked.
I know that. You know what I'd really like to see? I'd like to see Noah come back here, and I'd like to see him start an appeal.
Jack, Noah and Julia are alive and well. If you push for that manhunt, that could change.
Which is why I have to go down and head out that manhunt myself.
Well, what if it backfires and they get hurt?
And they get hurt. Do you think the Santos family isn't already hurting? Julia is young. She's got her whole life ahead of her. Now, what kind of life is it going to be, Derek? Crawling from hole to hole, changing her name, afraid to make friends.
Enter Mateo.
Who went down to Jamaica to bring his sister home?
Or maybe he just took his sister some
No.
cash.
No. That would be aiding and abetting. That never happened.
How do you know that?
Well, technically, I don't, Derek. But seeing as I'm DA, I get to make the call now, don't I? And I say he went down there to try to talk his sister into coming back home. No crime, no reason to prosecute.
And you're off the hook, and so is Mateo.
I don't have anything against marriage. That in itself is inexplicable. But the masses at large seem to think that waiting a while is a good idea. Mateo is a good man, but
Dad, you're getting way ahead of us.
I am. Where is he? Did your impulse trip cost him his job?
No, he had a project that he had to work on.
Really? For school?
Yeah, something really major.
What exactly are his career plans?
It's too soon for you to really worry about such things.
Well, I'm sure he has enormous potential. He certainly has a charmed life. He has you.
That he does.
Well, I know you'd love for me to stay here and probe you even further, but...
Oh.
Well, hello, Jackson. Derek.
Adam?
Adam?
You here to arrest my daughter?
No, not today.
Good.
So, Haley, what's the word from Jamaica?
Sorry?
Has Mateo caught up with his sister yet?
I really have no idea what
I
you're...
don't want to hassle you. I just want an answer to this question. Is there any chance that Noah and Julia are going to come back here of their own free will?
Please leave them alone.
You know I can't do that.
They're in danger enough as
Danger
it is.
from what, Haley?
Taylor Cannon.
Taylor is in Jamaica?
What the hell was Taylor doing in Jamaica?
You don't need Julia, Noah. You're gonna sink under the weight of her need.